Hey guys, how's it going? This is Lawrence Roberts with MobileTenantPlacement.com, where we fill your vacancies in 30 days or less in Mobile County, or we give you $100. And I'm coming to you with tip number 6 in our series of how to become a successful landlord, our 7-tip series on how to become a successful landlord. And tip number 6 is don't make it up as you go. Successful investors have a plan and they work their plan. What I want to say about this, because I've been investing for about 5 years, is that there's a direct cause and effect relationship between your success and the personal goals that you set. And to kind of put this in proper context and proper perspective, I want to tell you about a study that was done at Yale University, and it was done with the graduating class of 1953. And they asked the graduating class of 1953 to write down their goals. And what they discovered is after they finished that only 3% of that class had written down their goals. Well, 20 years later, they asked the class that, what kind of goals did they set for themselves, what kind of goals did they, accomplish and meet, and only 3% of the class had written down their goals. But out of that 3%, 97% out of that 3% had accomplished every goal they had written down 20 years prior when they graduated Yale University in 1953. I think that's pretty phenomenal. So there's something to be said about writing down your goals. They must be written down. They must be tangible goals. I like what Robert Kiyosaki says. Robert Kiyosaki has termed the phrase, rat race. And basically the rat race is the monotonous daily routine of making somebody else rich instead of making your own self rich. And as you know, real estate investing has made more millionaires than any other industry before. So it only behooves you to get into some facet of real estate investing if you want to accumulate wealth for you and your family. But going back to personal goal setting, I want to let you know how to set your personal goals. Okay, you might be wondering, look, I need to make some personal goals. How do I go about setting those personal goals? So let me kind of give you, what I do, and maybe this will, work for you as well. What you should do is write down all your goals, and what I would say is have a 5-year goal plan and write down goals you want to have accomplished in 5 years, and write those down. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to have certain wave points in which you look up and see if you're on the right track in terms of accomplishing your goals. And the last thing that you want to do is you want to create an action plan. Okay, you want to create a step-by-step daily plan, weekly, monthly plan for yourself that brings you closer to those goals. So typically, what one could actually do is, and if you want to be continued, because there's a lot of scholars that say continuous repetition of repeating your goals, continuous placement of those goals being beside you to where you can see them on a daily basis will move your actions towards those goals, because your subconscious mind is soaking up those goals. So what I would suggest, if you want to do that method, is to write them down on 3x5 cards too. That works just as well as putting them down on paper. But you've got to review those goals, those action plans, those waypoints every day to make sure your subconscious mind is moving in that direction, so you can go ahead and achieve your goals as quickly as possible. So again, our tip number 6 in our 7 tips on how to become a successful landlord is to not to make it up as you go. Successful investors plan their work and they work their plan. So again, this is Lawrence Roberts signing off. Be ready to listen to tip number 7. It's going to be coming to you later on our 7 tips on how to become a successful landlord.